Our topic today, what to do if your dog eats chocolate. Home Remedies helps us address how you can help save your dog from potential death after eating chocolate. It might sound unbelievable, but you could lose your dog from chocolate poisoning. It is so important to keep your dog away from chocolate. However, it is probably even more important to know what to do if he eventually eats chocolate because, dogs will be dogs, right? Chocolate is listed in our video on foods dogs can't eat because of how toxic it is to dogs. And depending on the amount and type of chocolate consumed, as well as the weight of your dog, eating chocolate can cause a range of reactions in dogs, all of them bad. Of course, once this happens, your best recourse is to contact your vet or call the Pet Poison Helpline on 855-213-6680. That said, here's how you can help your dog at home if he has just consumed chocolate. 1. Contact your vet for medical advice. The first thing you must always do in such potentially life-threatening situations is to contact your vet. It's the safest step you can take. When you contact your vet, they will begin by asking you about your dog's symptoms if he's exhibiting any. This way, your vet can decide if your dog needs to be brought in immediately or if home remedies would do. Other information to have at hand that would definitely help your vet include the type of chocolate your dog ate, how long it's been since your dog ate the chocolate, and your dog's weight. With all these available, your vet will be able to make a more informed decision on the potential toxicity of the chocolate consumed. 2. Induce vomiting. Usually, we warn against inducing vomiting on your own if you don't know what you're doing. However, in the next few steps, we are going to show you how to properly and effectively induce vomiting in your dog in a safe way. The good thing about vomiting and why it is one of the best things your dog can do after taking something as toxic as chocolate is the purging effect it gives. By eliminating the chocolate from his system through vomiting, your dog also limits the potential for the chocolate consumed to elicit a toxic reaction. Now, when you want to induce vomiting in your dog, you want to ensure you only do this if your dog ate the chocolate in the last hour and no neurological symptoms or tremors have been presented yet. Also, for both remedies we will present in this video, it's best to administer them with a syringe or a dropper rather than a spoon. You're more likely to spill a lot of the liquid if you choose to administer by spoon. Hence, you should always have a syringe on hand in your doggy first aid kit. When administering the dose, you want to aim for the side of your dog's mouth. Many times, your dog might attempt to either spit the liquid back up or sometimes, the liquid might leak out to the side of your dog's mouth. Keep this in mind. If your dog would tolerate it better, then try mixing either of the solutions with something more palatable. It could be broth, gravy, or peanut butter. Anything that could help your dog take better to the substance being administered. Here are the remedies you could try out. Ipecac. Your vet might advise you to administer Ipecac syrup to your dog to trigger vomiting. The dosage, like most drugs for dogs, is based on your dog's weight. However, for most cases, 1/4 teaspoon is usually enough to make your dog vomit after taking chocolate. Diluted hydrogen peroxide. If you're not able to get Ipecac, there are yet other ways to trigger vomiting in dogs. As an alternative, your vet might recommend a solution of water and 3% hydrogen peroxide in equal parts. To be sure of the right dosage for your dog, it's always best to speak with your vet first. Nonetheless, a tablespoon for every 10 pounds of body weight is usually just right. Now, whether you eventually use Ipecac or diluted hydrogen peroxide, you might need to engage your dog in a bit of physical activity in order to get things moving. Just as walking can help your dog poop, walking after taking any of these solutions could help to kickstart vomiting. Another thing you need to know is how many times you can administer either of these before you must absolutely take your dog in. Typically, when you administer Ipecac or hydrogen peroxide the first time, you should wait about 15 to 20 minutes to see if your dog begins to throw up. If your dog does not throw up after 20 minutes of the first dose, then you can administer another dose and wait for another 15 to 20 minutes. However, if this second dose is still not effective, then do not administer another one. Take your dog to the vet clinic instead. 3. Administer activated charcoal. While vomiting will help to purge the chocolate from your dog's stomach, there's still a significant possibility that the chocolate has already entered your dog's bloodstream. This usually happens if the chocolate has been in your dog's stomach for too long a time. Once your dog has finished vomiting, you may give your dog activated charcoal if your vet permits. Activated charcoal will bind to theobromine, the ingredient in chocolate that causes the toxicity, and then cause it to pass through your dog's system without event. Dosage for administering activated charcoal is about 1 gram of charcoal powder to be mixed with 5 milliliters of water per 2.2 pounds or 1 kilogram of dog body weight. By the way, 5 milliliters of water are approximately 1 teaspoon of water. Generally, smaller dogs will be fine with 1 teaspoon while larger dogs might need up to 2 teaspoons. Some warnings about administering activated charcoal. First and most importantly, please note that activated charcoal should never be your first resort. It's a last-ditch effort and must only be administered on the advice of a veterinarian and no one else. Next, please do not give activated charcoal to a dog that is vomiting, in tremors, or is having seizures. If charcoal gets into such a dog's lungs, things can quickly turn fatalistic. Activated charcoal can leave permanent stains on anything it falls on. So, be very careful when administering it. Fabric, paint, plastics, carpet, furniture, all these could become permanently discolored if they come in contact with activated charcoal. Activated charcoal is not without its side effects. For instance, when administered, activated charcoal causes an increase in sodium levels in your dog's blood. This, in turn, can bring about seizures and tremors. In most cases, the symptoms of increased sodium levels as a result of administering activated charcoal can resemble symptoms of chocolate toxicity. You want to avoid administering charcoal with sorbitol repeatedly. If you do this, you could increase your dog's chances of suffering dehydration or diarrhea, which only complicates things further for your pet. If you need to pass a large amount of activated charcoal into your dog's stomach, you're going to have to use a stomach tube, without which it could get very difficult. This will have to be done every 4 to 6 hours for a couple of days or 3. As a result, constipation and blackened stools are definitely possibilities. If your dog isn't taking the charcoal on his own, then some help might be needed. Oftentimes, the recommendations you get are to mix with some canned food or syrenine into the mouth. However, the problem with these methods is that you significantly increase the chances of getting charcoal into the lungs, which we've already established to be potentially fatalistic. To know more about chocolate poisoning in dogs, watch the part 2 of this video. We will show you just how much chocolate is toxic for your dog, symptoms of chocolate poisoning, and how to keep your dog from eating chocolates. Did you enjoy this video? Click the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you'll know once we post a new video. Also drop a comment below so we can know your thoughts. Finally, don't forget to check the description below for more details. And visit our site, www.dogproductsguide.com, for more awesome dog product content like this.